Hello. Welcome, 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 beautiful people. Thank you for joining us today. Super excited. As always, it's day 5 of our launch, and really awesome stuff is happening behind the scenes. And so thank you for joining us. I'm going to be sharing some information with you today, and hopefully, like one of my mentors says, it'll change your situation. Information has the ability to change your situation, but this is something one of my other mentors, okay? I got mentored by a lot of people, and the reason why is because I knew I didn't know it all. I was just some kid. I came here at 1 year of age from Jordan. My parents were in a poor, like less than middle class. I remember my parents, they said that they actually lived in a trailer that they paid $200 a month to live in. It had bullet holes in there. So, we didn't come from the best family. So I knew that my parents, they wanted the best for me, but they just didn't know what I needed to do to get to where I wanted to be. So I had to get around the right people, the right mentors, and most importantly, the right information, right? So one of my mentors, about 7, 8 years ago, he said, knowledge is not power. I said, what do you mean? He said, the application of knowledge is power. So when I share this information to you today, it has the ability to change your situation only if you actually take action and you make a decision, right? So there's a book that's called Think and Grow Rich. It was written by a man named Napoleon Hill. He went out and he interviewed the top 500 most successful people at that time, like the Edisons of the world, like the Edisons and the Andrew Carnegies and all of these people. And he tried to figure out what was different. What was different about these people that were successful, not necessarily only financially, but just in whatever it was in their industry. What was different? What made them different? He said one of the main things was the fact that they were able to make decisions very, very quickly. And they changed their mind extremely slowly, if ever. And failures, it doesn't matter how smart you are, what your GPA was, failures, they took forever to make up their mind, to make a decision, and they changed their mind extremely quick. And sometimes having all that education can actually hold you back because you think you know, but you're not actually being surrounded by the right information. So I'm going to share some really powerful information. And, sometimes being around the right people, right information can put you decades ahead. So it doesn't matter what age you are, whether you're 65 or 15, this can actually change your situation. So if you're excited as much as I am, even though I've been presenting this information every single day, this fires me up. Why? Because we have the ability to change people's situations no matter where your background is from. So welcome to DIVINFI. This is the biggest launch in history, and I don't say that lightly. So click. Okay, this thing. Okay, there it goes. So before I get into this info, because we are going to be talking about investing, we're going to be talking about multiplying your money and just money in general. I want to start off with this risk disclosure. Your past performance is not indicative of future results. Diversification does not eliminate the risk of loss. And this information that you're going to see today is provided is reliable, but it's not guaranteed, and it's for information purposes only, and it's not investment advice. So you're an adult, you have the decision. Never, like I said, never risk more than you're willing to lose. So what is our vision here? Our vision is to create an ecosystem that brings freedom to help you become free to all 8 billion. And it starts off with our local community, then it ripples out, goes into the states, the countries, and eventually the world. And so we want to help people have financial, time, location, and emotional freedom, which many people don't talk about. So we're based here in Dubai. DIVINFI is your all-in-one ecosystem. And so we really want to help you have access to world-class opportunities, which you probably wouldn't have if you didn't get invited to this call. So consider yourself lucky. And I say that with all due respect. You're lucky to be able to be on this call and see this information, because most people just don't have access to these opportunities. So to start off, we actually, out of necessity for ourselves in our last company, we created our own banking system. So whether you're utilizing cryptocurrency, which is the next big thing, right? All of these banks are starting to get into cryptocurrency with the Bitcoin ETF, the Ethereum ETF. You can actually start to spend your currency using a physical card or a virtual card anywhere in the world. Right now, there's the crypto.coms or the CoinZooms. They do issue cards, but we actually are able to. You changed the speaker. Okay. We're able to actually issue cards anywhere in the world. Okay, so it doesn't matter where you are, if you're in Africa or if you're in South America, we can get a card out to you. So, like I said, you can use it anywhere, physical and virtual. And next, we have our Swiss fund. So this is how you are able to multiply your money. So you may be working a job, a 9 to 5, which is completely fine. But something you have to realize is right now, especially if you're, no matter where you are in the world, the currency is devaluing because it's all tied to the US dollar. And the US dollar right now is losing about 1% a month. 1% a month. You're like literally, it's becoming 1% less valuable month to month to month. And so what is the way that you can actually become wealthy if you're losing value? You get paid, right? I just want you to imagine this. You get your paycheck this Friday, tomorrow. Next month, 30 days from this Friday, the ability for you to go and buy milk, cereal, or whatever, you now have 1% less purchasing power with your money. So just holding on to your money is not going to allow you to become free. So what's the solution? We have the solution. You're able to actually get access to legitimate opportunities to multiply your money hands-free. So I've been in different companies and I've seen different things. This is the most legitimate thing that I've actually seen, because we're not teaching you how to trade yourself, right? There's many different markets, whether it's the Forex markets, crypto, futures, commodities, all these things. It probably sounds like Chinese to you. All you got to know is that we found people at the very top that are managing billions of dollars, and they're doing really well, right? They're able to trade successfully, and we are leveraging their technology, their systems to multiply our money. And so what we did is we became the bridge between them and the retail investors, meaning yourself. So the way that this works, it's a Swiss hedge fund out of Switzerland. And so they use 40% algorithms, 20% AI trading, and 40% manual trading. Like I said, this might sound like gibberish. All you got to know is they're really freaking good at what they do. Okay? And this is some of the results since April. So April 2024, they did 5.22%. Now, I told you your money is losing 1% value every single month, right? If you were to go the traditional route, which most people, what do? They think that they need to just save as much money as possible. The bank's only giving you 1% a year. And guess what they're doing? They're doing this. They're investing your money, making all of this like 500% in 4 years, and they give you 1% a year. So instead of giving your money over to the banks and just letting them use it, why don't you do what they do? Why don't you invest and allow it to multiply? And we have the best of the best opportunities. The thing about this is that these kind of opportunities here, they're only exclusively for people that already have money, right? People that have, when we met these guys, they were asking for 1.2 million minimum. So I don't know about you, but most people I know, they don't have $1.2 million just to throw into an investment. So we wanted everybody to win. So what did we do? We ended up asking them to lower the minimum. So we gave them 200,000 of our own funds, and then we became the bridge. And we created this whole pool, this whole fund where you can invest $500 minimum, 500 minimum. So like if you put 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, you're more than welcome. Obviously, the more money you make, the more you're gonna earn, more you're gonna multiply that money. So, for example, if they're doing about 5 to 10% a month, let's say you put $10,000, 5% of 10,000, 500 bucks per month. Pretty good. So, um, yes. So essentially, we're just giving you the real legitimate opportunities to where, because most people that are, that have $1,000 to play with, the opportunities that they are getting presented with are all the scams, all the shams, and all the fake PAMs. Okay. So we're giving you the real legitimate opportunities by these guys that are already doing really big things. And the reason why they don't open it up to most people is because it's just a headache for them to accept someone that has 1,000, 5,000, $10,000. They only really work with the people that have like 1.2 million. But luckily for us, we were able to get it down to 200,000 and then become that bridge for you guys. So we have our own broker. We'll talk about that later. We also have the crypto fund, which is ran by Mr. Josh Millman. And so he started trading at 20 or 18. I'm sorry, started trading at 18. He, at the age of 21, took his last $20,000 and he started planting it into the crypto space, which is booming right now, right? So he planted in different projects like I forget the names, like Matic, VeChain, some of these different, gaming and AI projects. And after a few months, he basically became a millionaire. And now he's at the age of 25, he's managing several large accounts, including our own. And so the same thing as a Swiss fund, right? Instead of having 50,000, $100,000 to give Josh, you can actually get started with the crypto fund at a minimum of $500. So we become the bridge for you guys. So he's expecting anywhere between 500 to 1,000% before the end of the year. I think that's a little bit conservative because back then when he was first starting his career, he did 8,000% return in 2020. So I think now with his, his experience and his research and resources, he's probably able to do a lot more. But he's being conservative and humble and just making sure that we under promise and over deliver. So last thing is the #1 transformational program with Don Smith. So this is one of my favorite things about this because of how much it's personally impacted me. So I've been an entrepreneur for about 12 years and I've built several businesses in different industries. But the one pattern that I noticed about myself was that every time I would build a business and I would take it to the highest levels, some way, somehow, it would end up falling apart. And I never knew why. I thought it was just part of the process, right? But what I realized is I had a self-sabotaging program. What do I mean by program? Every single person from the ages of 0, meaning in your mother's womb, to 7 years of age, your subconscious mind is being programmed similar to your phone, right? So what does Don do? He's able to give you a complete software update. This is how I like to explain it, right? So a lot of you guys probably have an iPhone or an Android. If you have an Android, you can leave now. No, I'm just kidding. And essentially, whenever you want to download a new app, right? Whenever you want to download a new application, a lot of the times, if you don't have the newest software update, you're not able to download said program. Why? Because you're just not up to date. So what Don does and this is just in my own words, is he gets you to the newest programming so you can download the application. For example, you probably have the old software update, so the only apps you're able to connect with were the apps of self-sabotage, of doubt, of the fear of failure, the fear of intimacy, all of these things. So whenever you update your software, you can now connect with the apps of success, joy, abundance, right? So it's very simple. It's just doing a simple software update, because what happens is at a very young age, our nervous system gets shocked. Me personally, after doing Don's program, I found out that I had a program that was downloaded when I was in my mother's womb. And so, it really shifted everything for me, because only a couple of months before meeting Don, I was addicted to several substances, including marijuana, was addicted to sex, was addicted to people pleasing, validation, all of these things that really took me away from my purpose and understanding my true worth, the knowing of who I truly am. And so doing Don's program has shifted everything for me. And several of my friends, some of them are on this call. So Don's worked with several billionaires, including the guys that created the BlackBerry, right? So he worked with 60 plus of their C-class executives, and he helped them take their company from 6.8 billion with a B to 68 billion. So he helped 10x a multi-billion-dollar company. Why? Well, why does that happen? Because there are natural and universal laws that govern our world. As within, so without. As above, so below. So whenever you shift someone's internal world, guess what? The results are going to have to manifest on the outside. So whenever you're able to tap in to this limitless expression of who you watching this truly are, which is limitless, which is abundance, which is divine, guess what? Things outside of you shift. So we're actually doing a call with Don today for all the people that have already gone through his program. They're going to have an ability to go through it again just to make sure that they're holding this high level of vibration. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about this. So if you've never seen this, this is the scale of consciousness. It was created by this guy named Dr. David Robert Hawkins. In a book he wrote called Power versus Force. So your natural state is enlightenment. Enlightenment, which is 700 to 1,000 consciousness level. These numbers here that you see, they are the scale. And essentially what it says is every single emotion vibrates at a certain frequency. So if you take a look at the very bottom, shame is a 20. I'll give you guys a little example. I want you to just take a moment and think of a time where you felt ashamed. How do you feel? Probably pretty crappy. Now I want you to think about a time where you felt absolute joy in your life. You see how that energy just shifted within you. So what Don does is he takes you wherever you are, because most people on earth, 80% of people, 80% of humans are operating under the vibration of 210, under courage. Every single thing has a certain vibration. That's why with alcohol, they call it liquid courage, because it vibrates at about a 200 consciousness. So if you're underneath a 200, which is where integrity stands, you drink some alcohol, you start telling the truth. Marijuana, it vibrates at about 350. So every single thing operates at a certain frequency. For myself, before Dawn, I was vibrating at probably a 125 most of the time, because from moment to moment, you can shift. I was at a desire. That's why I had so many addictions. And so in an instant, he's able to take you from wherever you are on the scale. Like I said, most people are under 200, and he takes you to your natural state, which is enlightenment. And so it's something that I can't even put into words. The word that's associated with enlightenment is ineffable. which is a feeling so great and so extreme that you cannot put into words. So I hope that you make that choice for yourself. I mean, if there's one thing when it comes to our whole community, it is the program with Dawn. That's the most powerful, because we can give you all the financial vehicles, we can give you all the everything here, but you'll still find a way to self-sabotage yourself if you're still operating in these lower levels of consciousness. So something really exciting, which I'm not sure if we already started, we were supposed to start yesterday, is the AI trading software for crypto. So we met a guy at the Crypto Expo. He was developing an AI that was, since 2017, that trades USDT and Litecoin, which this may not make sense to you, but whatever. I'm just explaining it for the people that do know. And he's doing about like 20 to 50% a month. So that's really, really crazy. We are going to open it up for beta testers, so that way they can, if they want to, they're able to actually utilize this software. And so we'll keep you posted on that, but we have already transferred the funds into the Binance account. He doesn't have access to your money. You just API in, so it's just like a connection, and he trades your account for you. So we'll keep you posted on that. And we also have our lucrative partnership program. So the reason why I really love this is because it goes back to, it's not what you know, but it's who you know, right? So your network equals your net worth. I mean, you're infinitely worth infinite amounts of money, but infinite worth. But when it comes to money, right, they say like your network equals your net worth. And here we actually give you the ability to earn infinite income. You're able to earn weekly residual income, which is extremely powerful. If you've ever experienced residual income, it's one of the most amazing things ever. I mean, imagine being traveling, being on a plane, working out, hanging out with your family, being on a beach, being on the bathroom. I've gotten paid while literally on the toilet. Like, probably one of my favorite ways to get paid, by the way. So so it's awesome. It's super cool. And it's just doing the work one time and getting paid for it over and over and over and over again. You're probably thinking like, Sam, how do I do the work one time and get paid over and over again? Well, imagine this. Your favorite artist, he goes into the studio one time, creates a song, puts it on iTunes one time. Every single time someone buys that song on iTunes, he gets paid, right? Michael Jackson is a good example. He's not even alive, and he's getting paid in the grave. So there is no qualifications or experiences needed here. And I purposely did not dress up today because I wanted you guys to know, like, for I think like the first like 7-8 years, even more, even up until like last week, I haven't worn a suit in, I don't know, 10 years for when it comes to like businesses. The only time I wore a suit was actually when I was working a job. And I've done close to $100 million in sales, literally wearing tank tops and shorts. So there's no qualifications or experiences needed. You can have gone to Harvard, or you could have got your degree on the School of Hard Knocks. It doesn't matter, right? So there are team building incentives here. So it does not matter if you don't know how to build this business, because you're in business for yourself here, but you're not in business by yourself. You have a whole team and a whole system like this. And system means, and it stands for, saving you some time, energy, and money. So you plug into these. We do that every single day, multiple times a day, and you can actually earn yourself some residual income. So I'm going to go into the plan. This plan is amazing. It's one of the best I've personally ever seen or been a part of. So we do offer some bonuses, which is really cool. We'll talk about those later. And like I said, you're not just joining a company, you're joining a community, which is here for your success and for your growth, even though I don't believe in the whole growth program. But we are in pre-launch. We're in pre-launch right now. So timing is so crucial when it comes to business because, for example, imagine if you were in Apple and you invested in Apple before it became a $1 trillion company, or I just heard Nvidia also, I think they're number 2, $3 trillion. That's how much the company's worth. They said if you put $100 into Nvidia in 2000, you would have about $678 million. It's pretty crazy. That's exactly where you are with this company. So with this community. Okay, so I'm going to talk about a couple of things before we get into how you can actually get paid residual income, right? You can get paid residual passive income through the investments, and there's another way through our networking plan. So there's this guy named Robert Kiyosaki. He wrote this book called The Cash Flow Quadrant, and he said that there's 4 ways that you can generate income. There's the employee, there is the self-employed, there's the big business owner, and there's the investor. So the employee and the self-employed are essentially the people that are getting paid using active income. So you work 8 hours, you get paid for 8 hours. You got to put some effort in, you get paid for that effort. It doesn't matter if you even have a business, because if like for example, let's say you have a flower shop. If you're not at your shop, if you're not doing that, you're not getting paid. So you have to physically be there. And 95% of the world actually gets paid off of active income. And what that means is that they're getting paid paycheck to paycheck, meaning you only have enough money to live from one paycheck to the next. Now, I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound like a very good deal. I don't know who sold you on that, but they also said that most people have less than $1,000 to their name. It's pretty crazy. And if there was an emergency, you wouldn't be able to cover it. So the second type of people is the 5%. So they say 4% of the world is financially free and 1% is wealthy. Why? Because they get paid off of residual passive income, meaning doing the work one time, getting paid for it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. No matter where they're at, if they're on the beach with their family, they're on vacation, if they're sleeping, it does not matter. Warren Buffett says the best. He's like, if you don't find a way to get paid in your sleep, you'll become a slave until you die. So moving on, this is the compensation plan. It's pretty cool. It's very easy, very simple to understand. So I'm going to break it down. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. We have what we like to call the rank reward bonus. So you're going to get paid for bringing people to the community. Similar to, you're already doing this actually. Like you go watch a movie, you go have dinner. What happens? You enjoy that movie or that dinner, you're going to go tell your mom or your brother or your sister. They go eat, but guess what? You don't get paid. You're already doing this. So we found a way where you can actually invite people and get paid for it over and over and over again. So if you're ready, say I'm ready. Let me get right into it. So the first rank is called inviter. So the way that this works is you have teams. This is that team thing that I was telling you about. You're not in business. You're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. So you're going to have 2 teams. You're going to have your left team and you're going to have your right team. So yeah, let's say you bring your mom, your brother, your sister, and you put your mom and your brother on your left team, your sister on your right team. What's going to happen is you're going to get paid $50 per person. So that's $150 that you just got paid to refer. And then you're going to get paid every single week, $25 a week, $100 a month. Pretty cool. Awesome. Next rank, Connector 500. Your mom, brother, your sister are going to want to refer some people, right? So once there's 10 people on the left team, 10 people on the right team, what's going to happen, and like I said, you only need 3. You only need to refer 3 people, and there ends up being 10 on the left, 10 on the right. You're going to get paid $125 a week. That's $500 a month. Pretty cool. Maybe you're in the US or Canada and you're like, oh, that's not a lot of money, but I want you to think about this. And it's getting pretty wild. It's getting pretty crazy. The divorce rate is only skyrocketing right now. They're saying that there's about a 70% divorce rate in the United States. And more than 50% of divorces could have been avoided with an extra $500 a month. So this is life-changing money, actually, if you think about it. And if you're working a job, an extra $500 could definitely help, right? And so we're not telling you to stop what you're doing. We're just saying, hey, just use our platform, become a part of the community, use the products, and share them with people that you love and care about. Now, the next rank is called Connect Your 900. Your left team's going to turn to 20. Your right team's going to turn to 20. You only need to know 3, and you're gonna get a raise. You're gonna get paid $225 a week. That's $900 a month. That's rent for some people. I mean, in the Philippines, the average salary in the Philippines is about $300 a month. So this is triple the salary. We just started like 5 days ago. I made a couple of calls, and I'm almost here at this third rank. Didn't work too hard. Just talked to a couple people. Hey, I got something really exciting to share with you. You care to check out some information? And yes, I have some experience, and you don't have to do it that fast, but guess what? You don't have to know it all, and you don't have to be it all. We have a system, and I'll explain to you how, and with a good story. So we got Will here. He's our COO here at DIVINFI. And in the last company that he built, he referred 3 people. Okay, he referred 3 people. And how long was it, Will? Did it take you to hit 1,500? In 3 months, he hit the 40 on the left, 40 on the right, earning himself $1,500 a month. And how much was your salary at the time? So he was earning $300 in the Philippines. In 3 months, he 5 times his salary. I'm guessing he probably quit his job at that point. Right? So this is pretty crazy. I don't know the last time at your job you got paid an extra $1,500. I mean, I remember my last job, I was working at Jared's. They gave me $1 raise. I had busted my ass for over a year. And they're like, Sam, you've been doing a good job. You keep on working, I'm going to be able to buy myself a new house. Right? Like, this is the only system that actually pays you for the value you bring, right? Like, if you think about it, like Facebook, I grew up with Facebook, and I shared that with everybody. Mark Zuckerberg became a billionaire, but he never shared that wealth with me. So with here, we're building the network, and we're sharing the wealth with you. This is the only true fair system where we actually pay you for bringing value to the community. So moving on, network of 3K, 75 and 75. You only need 3. 3 only need to come from you. And you're earning yourself an extra $750 a month. It starts to get pretty crazy here. So you could quit your job at this point if you're in the US. If you're in some of these other countries, you're definitely not at your job at this point. Networker 5K, 200, 200. You need 4. So you need 1 more person that you can refer. Let's say it's your grandma, okay? And she needs some bingo money, okay? She comes in, you put her, and there's 200 on your left team, 200 on your right team, and you're earning yourself $1,250, $5,000 a month. So it gets wild. $9,000 a month, $15,000 a month. I remember actually one of my mentors, he told me a long time ago, he said, the person that gets paid the most in this industry isn't the one that is the best speaker, that is the most charismatic or any of that. The person that gets paid the most is the one that gets the most butts in the seats. And thank God for Zoom. We don't necessarily have to do in-person meetings. It's just the person that shows the plan more. And you don't have to do it. There was this girl named Tiffany. She worked with me. She was a waitress, and she was getting paid less than $2,000 a month. She came in. She was extremely shy, but she knew people. She liked to party. She ended up like bringing a bunch of people to the presentations. In 3-4 months, she was earning herself over $15,000. Over $15,000 at the age of like 21, driving herself a brand new Mercedes. Her mom, same thing. Her mom was working at some warehouse. She's earning herself $10,000 driving a brand new Mercedes. Her uncle, straight from Vietnam, barely spoke English. Over $10,000, brand new Mercedes. So it's possible, no matter where you're at, what your skill set is, if you could follow a simple system, you can create life-changing freedom, financial freedom, time freedom, location freedom, and most importantly, emotional freedom. So it goes up on this page, $100,000 a month. As you can see, next rank, you can get paid up to $1 million a month over here. And the very last rank is $8 million a month. These are crazy numbers, but let me tell you something that I heard. It takes the same amount of energy to think small as it does to think big. So I really want you to think about that. It takes the same amount of energy to think small as it does to think big. So why not you? And if it's not this, then what is it? What are you going to do to earn this kind of freedom? It's not just about the money, it's about freedom. We're going to help people become free. And obviously you need money. So if not you, then who? And if it's not this, then what? And if it's not now, then when? When are you going to change your life? Your family's depending on you to do something different. And I don't know any other opportunity that actually has legitimate products and an amazing compensation plan like ours. So how do you get started? There's the Freedom Pack. It's $235 a month, or the first month. I think the person that made this slide was a little bit dyslexic. It's not 253, it's 235. And then it's $149 a month. It's $235 first month, $149 every month after that. So you get the Swiss fund, the crypto fund, the transformation with Don, the international debit card for both the crypto and the fiat, and you get paid. You also can use the crypto trading software, which is in beta testing right now. If you want to use that, just let us know and we can get you access to that. You just have to sign a contract. So with that being said, get back to the person that invited you. They have a link. You're going to use their link so they can get credit. And so next, and we'll close with this. Every single Tuesday and Thursday, we have Don's transformation. So if you are already in the system, make sure that you are on these transformations. Tuesdays for new clients, Thursdays for existing clients. If you haven't, if you're a new client, make sure to scan this QR code. You get access to the questionnaire. Fill that out. It's just a Google form. It's really important. That way you can actually start to become aware of your own programs and what's holding you back from accessing your limitless potential. And so just to end everything and wrap it up, we do have all of our socials right here. I would stay connected with us by scanning this QR code. We have our couple of, I think, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, all that on here. And if we have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. And thank you so much for your patience, for sticking around. If you're on a Facebook or LinkedIn or YouTube or any of the other platforms, please leave us some comments, messages. We're happy to make sure that you get all the information that you need. And so thank you so much. Appreciate your attention. Thank you for being here. And with that being said, infinite love, guys. We'll see you tomorrow at the same time, 7 p.m. Dubai time. Thanks, Gilbert. Appreciate you, buddy. Awesome. Much love, guys. Infinite love. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We got a couple of calls today. Next call is going to be with Dawn, 9 p.m. Dubai time here in about, what time is it? 7:44. So in about 1 hour and 15 minutes, 16 minutes to be exact. So if you've already done the process, make sure that you're on there. We'll send out an email. And yeah, see you then, guys.